different types of limits like dimension, up to next, up to last, up to plane, and up to surface. And we will see some of these types in this video. For this, at first I am going to draw a sketch. For that I am going into the sketch workbench. By clicking on the plane, I am going to choose XY plane. Now I am drawing some sketches here. Let us start from here. So I have drawn a simple sketch here, and I am not going to constrain this. I am exiting the workbench. So here you have a closed sketch. I am clicking on pad to extrude this structure or sketch. I am going to extrude this for 40 mm. So over here the type is dimension, and I have typed in 40 mm and click on preview, and this have created a 3D from 2D sketch. So suppose if you want this 3D volume to be on the other side, just click on reverse direction and click on preview. So as you can see here, now the 3D body is on the other side. So the same can be done by clicking this arrow mark which is shown here. Okay, so this arrow mark is reverse direction. And now let's learn about the second limit type, which is up to next. For this, I am going to draw a sketch on this inner surface. So I have selected this surface and going into the sketch, and I am drawing a random circle here, and I'm going to exit workbench now and go to pad, and instead of dimension I'm going to select up to next now. As you can see over here, this is the next surface to this sketch. So we are having a 3D volume up to this surface. Now let's look at the next limit type, which is up to plane. For this I'm going to draw a new sketch, and for that I'm going into part design. Just give it some name, and before explaining that option, let us know about reference element plane. So what we are going to do now is we are going to create a new plane. That is, we are going to offset the plane. For this I'm going to click on the plane option and select offset from plane, and in the reference I'm going to select XY plane, and I'm going to offset this plane for 40 mm. As you can see over here, a new plane is created. Now on this plane I'm going to draw a sketch. So I'm going to draw some random sketches here and exit workbench. Now go to pad. As you can see over here, the 3D volume is created on the top, but I want this 3D volume to be created at the bottom and up to this plane. For this, select up to plane, and in the limit just select this XY plane. It will create the 3D volume on that side. Now let's move on to the next thing, which is up to surface. I'm not going to save this. I'm going into mechanical design, part design, and create a new part. And in this, at first I'm going to draw a sketch in the XY plane. So right now I have a closed sketch here, and I want to check this whether it is a closed one or not. I can check this by going into tools, sketch analysis, and I have a closed sketch, exit workbench. Now pad this for, let's say, 10 mm, and okay. And now I'm going to create an offset plane from the SRX plane. For this, go to reference element and plane, and I'm going to offset it at a distance of 20 mm and click on OK. Now in this sketch plane I'm going to draw my next sketch. So I'm going to draw some random sketch, exit workbench, and I have to make sure that the sketches drawn here are closed ones. Go to pad now. Now select up to surface and select this surface. You can see that up to that surface you are having the 3D volume.